Hey,
on,
Ryan, why don't you pull up Amazon's margins real quick?
Well,
I'd have more of a grin on my face than Stephen Hawking on Epstein's Island.
I'm off as a smug cock when he said that.
Wow, physical philosophy, you're not very smart at all. You screw up, cash flow kings. Dissector, you are an idiot.
This is a special episode. We are back and for real this time. So welcome back, everybody. This is a good time to be alive. Fiscal, what could some people be doing right now?
I mean, I've heard things from people that some people like to do some really dastardly things on Saturday nights. They're going out there, they're vaping, they're smoking their doobies, they're scalping things tactically. They might be filing false copyright strikes on things. I don't know.
They're shining shoes,
doing all kinds of crazy stuff, going all in on margin and yield max funds, those kind of things.
And I could proudly say as well, Fiscal, whenever somebody does something that we don't like, we don't feel the need to go ahead and make a whole entire video about it, crying. And especially, I know you're a bit on the older side, Fiscal, respectfully. But we don't go and cry about it like 10-year-olds. We don't make entire videos about it, ironically, right when we're about to get monetized as well. We don't do those kind of things here on the Cashflow Kings. Here on the Cashflow Kings, we promote real man's investing, some real stuff that could actually add some value to your life. And it's NAV doesn't erode over time, you could even say. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is a bit of an emotional time here for the Cashflow Kings. Earlier this week on Tuesday, as predicted, Google went through. We got our account back. It went Casper the Friendly Ghost. We are so back, Fiscal.
You could say it's been resuscitated.
It just wasn't the same the last 2 weeks, was it?
No. It hits different when we're on the actual channel, for sure.
And that's right, because we got everybody in the chat. We have our secret high-yield warrior who is coming on today, Bacon. We have Keith in here. See, this is like we didn't see any of these people for the last 2 weeks, but welcome in, everybody. This is just great. This is amazing. Fiscal, you want to take a dig at saying that?
Well, we agreed ahead of time on a slightly different attire this episode. So
yeah,
for our special,
I know,
return from the grave.
I know.
We decided to go with something a little louder. I'll be back to the usual tank top next week, I predict.
Yes, I have a hilarious idea for the Halloween costume this year, and I can't tell anybody. But I'm also kind of thinking I could get canceled for it. So I could probably get away with it now that I think of it. It's nothing that wild. I know the people are shocked. Fiscal in an actual shirt. This is wild stuff.
Everybody keeps telling me that they'd take me more seriously if I had a more professional shirt, so I brought one with a collar today.
We have Echoes in here, and we should have Echoes on again sometime for sure. That was one Fiscal you wanted that from our Twitter poll.
That's true.
Double D's is in here. It's always a party when a pair of Double D's shows up. We say that.
They're not even strongman's Double D's. It's crazy.
Keep an eye out for next week, guys. Could be another return. Yeah, good. We have a bunch of guests lined up for the entire month too. The booking is back as well. You could say we have 22nd. We have a guest with over 15,000 followers on Twitter, strong YouTube presence, and next week we have a duo coming in. You could even say Tactical Shoe Shiner. He's already probably working on that new recording for the video. You guys already know too with the super chats. Once we get monetized, hopefully in a week or two, where I'm going to start charging people for impressions on here. But while we're still here, I will do my impression of the tactical shoe shiner making a video after hearing this. So I don't even know who these guys are. And, if you guys didn't know, I don't know who these guys are. They must be like some random trolls or something. And they were talking about me. And it's just so cool because I'm living rent free up in their head. I'm opening a Coca-Cola, flipping some burgers up there. Yeah. Enjoy the impressions while they're free, guys. What happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Our channel went Casper the Ghost. Hit the like button. That's right, Double D's. Something that I can tote here. Do hit that like button for us, everybody. I think we're around the watch hours time fiscal. It says 0 when our channel came back, but it's got to update. I think we're there.
I think we're there, especially if we weren't already. This week will probably do it.
Yeah, we're right there, guys. So smash the like button for us. We got rumors of your demise were greatly exaggerated. Yep, people said we were the toast, but little did they know we're still the bread. So that's right. We turned to the cash flow. Hopefully our guest hops in here soon, but we do have a real dragon warrior, you could even say. A cash flow warrior, somebody who focuses on the cash flow. Somebody who's very widely respected. And I know we did use half of our guests in episode 32 that is not to be named. We used a quarter of our guests for the entire year, so we apologize. But yeah, very, very good guests coming in soon. Welcome in everybody into the chat. Without further ado, I think it's photo time to introduce our guest. Our guest is somebody who he focuses on the cash flow. He has a girl, and when he gets the cash flow and when he has the girl, anything can happen. It's the magic formula.
He spoils her with his cash flow, doesn't he?
Welcome in. Bacon Memes he's a proper veteran of episode 32. So you can say that he proudly served first hand. So welcome in, Bacon.
Thanks for having me on, y'all.
It's a treat. Now, Bacon, you know what we typically do here on the Cash Flow Kings. For the people who aren't familiar with your game, as one would say, would you like to describe your investing strategy, style, whatever?
I guess to be fancy, idiosyncratic value.
I thought you were going to say income.
Oh yeah. High yield income, that cash flow.
The cash flow.
You want $7,000 a month? Yes, sir.
You get $7,000 a month. You could do so much with the $7,000. You spend it on the girl. You spend it on, your Starbucks drink for the girl. You go to Target for the girl.
Only
just
poor
remember,
people,
no single moms.
Only poor people think about taxes, like idiots.
Why you overcomplicate? Yeah, we have a lot of quote of the year.
Great material.
Yeah, we quote of the year last year is pretty good. We'll probably bring back Double D's for quote of the year again this year. That's probably the show that I'm probably most looking forward to besides episode 50. And our guest has been booked for episode 50, so you'll want to be there. But yeah, Bacon, would you care to elaborate on a bit of your game? What kind of stocks do you particularly focus on? Are you boring? You focus on the income? Where are we going here?
But when it comes to the active port, I do try and focus on boring. That being said, though, I am majority indexed, so the viewer base, and you guys can make of that what you will on me. I just like to learn about the world around me and put a little bit of money where I think and how I think.
Yeah, buddy. Now,
so what is your index fund of choice?
Oh, this is gonna get me crapped on by Strongman, but S&P, boring.
So SPY, VOO, one of those.
Yeah. Like full and fair disclosure, like it's TSP for now, like as far as that fund goes. So it's very, very similar, but there are some differences, sure. But conceptually, by and large, the same.
Every day I invest to get really closer to just becoming an index fund investor. Every day that goes by, I'm very close to just trimming a little bit, putting in a VOO.
No, Ryan, the key to the highway is going all in MPW. Come on.
I'm the Starbucks cult leader. I can't betray that. You're the MPW cult leader. I'm the Starbucks cult leader. Sacrifices must be made. I know you have a very vivid role with our good friend, Mr. Fabio,
Oh
over on the
yes.
Capital Mindset. What's kind of your role there? Because I don't even know this. What's your kind of role there?
Oh, I would say just on pretty good terms. Like yeah, we interact pretty regularly. That being said, like I'm not like a partner. Like I don't have like any sort of like economic interest or ownership of anything that he
An
has.
income analyst.
Yes, I am an income analyst. I am a cash flow savant.
All right, you guys are just good friend.
Yeah. So far. Like the cool thing though is that we do have like joint like the YouTube channel that I have with Andrew. And Andrew is the person
Plug it.
that Fabio. Yeah. Oh yeah. Two accountants, one
Episode
gap.
32.
Yeah.
Episode 32. Veteran Andrew. Keep in mind.
Yes. Yeah. Two accountants, one gap. So we have our little silly channel there where we also do a little bit of topics here and there. But yeah. So just on good terms with a whole bunch of people, and I try and be useful to other people.
I
So
did
that's-
make a commitment that one day I'm going to join the Capital Mindset clan, the cult, the cult. I'm joining once Cashflow Kings becomes profitable. Me and Fiscal are kind of in the dirt right now.
Oh.
That's why you guys got to all smash the like button.
Mm-hmm.
LLC costs are no joke, as they say.
Yeah, Sugar Daddy over here paying some stuff out of pocket over here.
Thank you.
Oof.
That's
Big
why you guys
pleasure.
got to buy the merch in a week.
Yeah.
Hopefully the merch should be up. Fiscal has seen it. It's nice. He will get it eventually.
It's fire. I'll be buying some for myself.
Just launch a high yield dividend fund, guys. Just
I know.
NAV erosion will work in your favor somehow.
It's only going to go up, and you're going to collect the dividend, and it's free money after that.
Yep. Yeah, I think we need to get into some Tesla and some Coney and some of that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Capital Mindset, Fiscal, did you see what I posted in our Cashflow Kings LLC chat about he went to a meeting over the weekend. I'll keep it vague, and he saw a bunch of the dividend YouTubers, some who we know, and let's just say they're not as income oriented as they appear.
Yeah.
They may be all bark, maybe no, but that's kind of like a weird dilemma I'm finding myself into, Fiscal. Like the balance between, I don't know about you guys, but the balance between quality, like wanting to put out a good content, and then the urge and to spam a 3 stocks to buy video every other day. You know what I mean? Or like, it's really a weird balance because at the same time, like, yeah, the money's nice, but as one would say, we don't do it for the money. And I feel like we're finding a lot of organic growth here on the Cash Flow Kings, and it's a weird time, honestly, for finance YouTube. I know Bacon memes. He's a little irrelevant down there because he's not a high yield warrior like us up here. You don't have 4,000 subscribers. We only do it for the subscriber, which makes sense.
It's like the numbers that like because I peak analytics also, and I'm actually just shocked that anybody would be willing to be nice enough to stick around on any content that I have a hand in. So it's mind blowing. I don't know about you guys, but
you gotta have that humble mindset.
Hopefully I don't let anything too delusional run away because I can be really dumb. So
don't let this guy get monetized, everybody. Heard it here first.
He's a menace.
Not wrong.
First Google paycheck hits, I'd run away. I live in your community, I'd run away. Who's this random?
Hey, good old Dan.
Dan's he's not an episode 32 veteran, but he's a real life veteran. So we thank him for his service here on the Cashflow Kings.
And he is a Cashflow Kings veteran in general. He's made multiple appearances in our chat.
In the chat, we had him on. I forget which episode it is. There's a lot of them now. We're getting up there in the numbers. It's like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I remember that one. That one, the Echoes one, Fabio one, fair amount of others too. Yeah, good times.
Episode 32, which is not to be named for legal. One day, Fiscal. We break the internet if we
the tire fire episode.
we can revisit a little bit down the line, maybe.
we could honestly make a documentary if we wanted to. You know,
Yeah.
hire a whole team.
Who wants to see the Cash Flow Kings Netflix special, guys? Come on.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
What would the name be? What would the name of the Terminated? Yeah, fellas. Also, we want to take a moment in case you didn't see on one of our other 2 shows that was on my channel. We want to appreciate everybody that liked, shared, and reposted all of our stuff on Twitter. YouTube was almost as helpful as Tactical Stock Scalper in a corporate setting. Really wasn't producing much for us. Wasn't helping us a lot.
I will say though, I would like to thank there is a Maya at YouTube Support, a supervisor there who was actually at least somewhat receptive and helpful towards.
Yeah, the furthest we got was after we got our channel back, which is the stupid part.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, that person was actually at least seemed to understand the concerns and where we were coming from and such. So feel positive that if something else were to happen again and we reach back out, there might be a little bit faster progress. We'll just say that.
The Cash Flow Kings are not fucking around, you could say. we're gonna use our high yield dividends, and we're gonna use that to get private security for us. Yeah, there could be a documentary for sure. There's some wild stuff that we can't say.
I don't need private security. I mean, nobody wants a piece of this. I'll just tell you that.
Yeah. Well, I got into a fight today at the gym. I could share that story if anybody wants to hear. I think the craziest takeaway is like when there's you feel like you actually like feel the energy of somebody like that has negative intent towards you. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody but like it's mentally draining too. Like it gasses your cardio out. It's so weird. For anybody that's I don't get into believe it or not, guys, I don't get into a lot of fights. I'm not here out on the streets. I was worrying a little bit, but last few weeks, but it's crazy though for anybody that's interested in that kind of thing. Beater Stocks, he recalls.
Beater Stocks, what did I ever do to you?
Beater comes after everybody. You're not special.
Yeah.
I recall you asked who you would want to manage your money, Khmer, Paul, or Tanner. You must live and make a decision now.
And by Paul, he means Paul from Everything Money.
Yes.
Just for the audience members
who has beef with Double D's too, which we gotta talk about.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
I hope we do.
We'll get into it after this.
Crap. As bad as it sounds, I kind of lean towards Kemmer. Maybe he loses my money slower. I don't know. Like Tanner, you would hope that Tanner would find the blind nut, like be the squirrel that finds the blind nut. But
yeah,
Paul would get me margin called shorting Nvidia, and like if I could get Tanner's like course money, that offsets the losses. So maybe Tanner, but I purely portfolio management.
I don't know enough about Tanner.
He was for the longest time, and I think he's slowly pivoting. His Colt stock was SoFi. Yeah, and his thing is like buy my course, bro. 10x stocks, how to find them.
Well, obviously, just pick SoFi, right? If that's his Colt stock, like, what do you need to even buy the course for? So he can tell you buy SoFi in his course. Come on,
I'd probably vote Paul, honestly, because he bought Target. So
I probably would. I mean, he's in PayPal that I'm also in, which seems to be going reasonably well. So maybe it's not. I mean, the problem is that when he's wrong big, and like won't admit it, and that's the problem. Like if they're not allowed to short or do any like really bad degenerate donkey stuff, then Paul probably.
Okay, yeah. If you add that stipulation, I will agree with you then. Yeah. But it rock hard place and worst place somehow. Like it's not pretty. It's not pretty.
What do we want to respond to this with? It's exiled, you could say. I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to.
It could be members only at some point. You never know.
I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what he is. I know episode 32. I don't know that. Kamir buys every dividend fund. He might just get yeah. Looking at his portfolio, I did it on I think on Friday. It's just you go down the list.
I don't like it
fund.
though. Yeah, just
Dividend.
Who knows?
Oh, so fiscal. This is hilarious. So Coach was trying to get us. He made the offer for us to go to the Ziga Financial Conference, which is like the Yield Max thing.
Mhm.
And apparently all the high yield YouTubers were going to be there, but I can't go.
Oh,
I know it's a bummer, and it's on a Saturday too, so we wouldn't really. It would be really hard for the cash.
we could do the show live from there, like stream it from our phones or something.
Yeah.
But that would have been so funny if we just pull up.
Maybe next year. I mean, they have
there's
those
always
things
next
all-
year. There's always next year.
As long as the NAV hasn't eroded that much.
They'll just do a reverse split, bro. It's okay.
Yeah. That is true. Tesla already had one, so got that going for it.
Yeah, so Double D's is now beefing with Paul on Twitter.
I
Ooh.
saw.
That was not on my 2024 bingo card.
I haven't. What's the
I'll have to pull
topic?
up the context now.
All right.
So we all know this is like well, I'm not going to say that. That's mean. We all know Double D's is a good man, and I got to find it now. I reposted it. But they were arguing about 2 weeks ago, and
McDonald's
we
prices.
mentioned in our show about McDonald's prices.
It's criminal.
And-
Criminal that they're charging $18 for a Big Mac.
It is criminal that they
And Paul's like, but the inflation, bro.
Paul doesn't mess with inflation.
It doesn't affect him because he's got daddy's money, bro.
Of course. All right, I gotta
Not
find
wrong.
this. Yeah, but unfortunately, he didn't get Seth on the show either. We wanted to get Seth. That would have been a good show.
He's still a get. Maybe someday. Maybe
Someday.
Yeah.
Someday. Oh, I made this. This is hilarious. It came up on my Instagram Reels page, and I knew I had to make a Cashflow Kings meme out of it. Cashflow in honor of Alex Jones being his show it down or whatever. This is Cashflow Kings after episode 32.
I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but it's been a hard fight. These people hate our children. Just take more calls going today. We're gonna beat these people. I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but it's been a hard fight.
Oh, that's an amazing clip. And that's how the Cashflow Kings felt after we were terminated. But yeah, Paul and Double D's beefing was not on our bingo card for the year, unfortunately. Hopefully Double D's possibly next week. No spoilers. Hopefully he can elaborate on that. He can make a full call out video. But yeah, Double D's versus Paul. Who wins?
I mean, Double D's plays basketball. So he's probably got reach. We're talking about a physical fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we're talking portfolio and percentage returns, I'd probably go Double D by default.
Oh yeah, if he has Crocs, he wins by default on that one.
Yeah, just no contests right there.
Crocs stomps, no contests.
Yeah, if Dan really plays basketball, or he's like a hooper and he's tall. Poor Paul. Paul apparently seems short.
Yeah. Paul's a bit of a manlet. He's more like my weight and height class. And I mean, let's just be honest. I'd stomp Paul. Come on.
Paul watching this channel.
Like everybody in the chat, do your bet. Who wins, me versus Paul?
Dividend dude said Dividend dude pressed him for losing the million too. I think that would. I gained a new level of respect for Dividend dude after that. He said something like, "I gotta find it now. This is horrible." Dividend dude, Paul. All right, I'll have to find it now, and I can't. I'll find it later, everybody. But you know what company is expecting to increase their dividend pretty soon here, fiscal? Because we know we love our dividends here. We love our income.
Mm-hmm.
Target's expecting to increase it in the next week.
Ooh.
Really?
And
The stock going to pump because of the dividend increase?
It is. I'm predicting a 67% increase. No. No, it's not a good time to be part of the Target cult either as well.
Actually,
it was
so I was actually in Target today buying this shirt,
yes.
and I'm gonna say like I was in the men's clothing section, and this did irritate me. So this is some boots on the ground due diligence. You won't find it anywhere
Yeah.
else.
I also have a report this week.
They had the socks and underwear behind locked cases.
Oof.
No
Ooh.
joke. So
You're not in the hood either, right? Like it wasn't.
I mean
bad.
well, yeah, I am kind of in the hood.
Oh, okay.
Like
I
I'm kind of in the bad part of town. Like
especially like when everybody.
I've gone outside the gates here for a walk, and there've been like homeless people sleeping in the ditch. So yeah, it's kind of the hood.
Oh.
But and there's if you look for it, you can find a police body cam video of a mentally ill person running around threatening people and smashing windows with a rock near the Chili's next to that Target that I went to today. And he gets shot at the end of the video. No, spoiler alert, but it's a pretty interesting and exciting part of town.
But you're moving out soon, aren't you?
Yeah, only a short distance, but better.
Good. Smash the like button, everybody. It's close. It's tough times for the cash flow kings here. Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted to mention this too. High tide earnings on the 13th.
Hey.
We get the high tide cult is pretty strong on this channel, Fiscal.
I have we'll say a growing interest and position in high tide. So yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say. Roger Grover didn't come on the channel. I'm not buying my share.
I mean that's fine. More for me.
I'll put the money towards the Starbucks cult. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm seriously considering going even deeper in high tide and making it pretty substantial. Yeah, it's looking better and better the more I look at it. For reals.
I was pressed about my Target position, and I want to hear both your updated thoughts as well. But Target, do you think the quality of the stores are going down? I've been hearing that from close family.
It's not necessarily the quality. It's getting slightly more annoying to shop there. And in addition, on my way like to the area where I got this shirt and where the socks were all locked up like Fort Knox, somebody in like their electronics section tried to approach me to sell me a phone plan, and I absolutely hate somebody.
Was it somebody from Target?
So it would be somebody that Target's given permission to sell in their store.
How do you know that? What if they were doing it undercover?
Because if they were doing it with if they were doing it because they were approaching everybody that walked by.
Okay.
If they were doing it without permission, they'd be asked to leave.
I see.
But yeah, so like, and they usually, I'm assuming, because Home Depot kind of has had stuff like that before as well. I'm assuming that they probably pay some kind of a cut to the store for letting them sell there. Hate that. I mean, I get that if you're a shareholder, it's probably more revenue for you guys, but
yeah,
as a shopper, it's like, oh, so somebody's going to approach me to sell me some bullshit phone plan, and then I have to buzz an employee to get the locked up boxer shorts.
It's like an added sponsor on a YouTube video.
I kept thinking to myself, why do I not just order this shit off of Amazon if it's going to be like this shopping here?
You know what I ordered today? I ordered off Temu.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Bacon looks like I'm about to get my credit card information.
Yeah, did you well, at least did you shop like a billionaire or whatever that cringe ad was?
I'm like a billionaire. No, I got a pair of I got 2 pairs of sunglasses, like $1.60. So the downside isn't there. It's like Yield Max, and I could have used the Yield Max dividend to buy it.
Random question when it comes to sunglasses for you guys.
Sure.
When it comes to cheapo sunglasses, do they like just always stick around, and like even if you like misplace them, you still find them? Whereas like you have like expensive Oakleys or something, like those get broken or like get stolen like that.
So for me, the experience with cheapo, like really, really cheapo, like $10 and under, has been bad. I bought a pair of cheapos off of a grocery store shelf because I had misplaced my like kind of semi-decent ones I had gotten, and they broke after one use. Just like snapped.
Darn.
Yeah,
How
the
did that
plastic was
happen?
like really cheap and brittle. Now these are Ray-Bans, so these are actually like good sunglasses.
Fiscal's gonna have to sell them off here to pay the LLC cost for this
Ah,
for the
yeah.
channel. So special like button,
Now,
everybody.
now, granted, these are not like the most expensive Ray-Bans. They were, I think, like $60 or something. And of course, you know, Ray-Bans like they go all the way up to hundreds.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to the there's actually like an Oakley outlet in the mall, and they like low end start at like $200 or $300, and I'm like,
yeah. The mall outlets,
and
especially.
honestly, for that price, I don't even really like the way they look all that much for the most part. So I'm just like, I'll see if Ray-Bans has something a little bit more
Yeah.
reasonable. But yeah, the cheapo sunglasses have been pretty disappointing. Now the like kind of like the what I call like the not quite name brand, but also not super cheapo ones that are like $20-$25. Those are pretty good. And I do know where they are. They're actually at my dad's. I left them there last time I visited. That's why I misplaced them. But they're there. They're safe. They'll be there next time I have to film an episode out there. So we're all good.
So I have this pair of Oakleys, which I got like 2 years ago for about like $110 off Amazon. Really good quality. I like them. Then in about like when I was in 6th grade, so it'd probably be like 6 or 7 years ago now, I hurt my eye playing baseball. I got hit in the face. So I had to get a pair of, swear to God, bulletproof sunglasses. Like the material's like bulletproof. So we went to the Oakley store at the mall, and they were expensive as hell. But like they were custom made. Like the customer service was impeccable.
Mhm.
And like I think they even added a discount on top of it because they felt bad what happened. So I mean, really good customer service from Oakley. I find myself being a lot more cautious, I guess you could say. I don't know how you're cautious about sunglasses, but you know, sometimes you got to pay a premium. Same with stocks, Fiscal. Cigar butt
Sometimes.
investor.
Falling knives only, sir. Falling knives only.
Yeah, so it's a tough time to be a Target shareholder right now, everybody. Like things are not looking up. I thought the store quality was like actually improving too. Apparently I'm hearing not. But I'm wondering if the thing is like it depends on like your neighborhood. Because if you go to like a ghetto,
100%. I would say it that because like this, the Target that I go to isn't one of the bad Targets, but it's also probably not the best one. I bet if you went to one in like Scottsdale, for example, it's probably the bougiest Target you've ever been to. Mine is probably like a middle of the road one, but I know for sure because I used to know someone that worked at a Target, and the one she worked at was definitely like on the more like jankier side of Target stores. Based on the stories she told me about things that happened there and like stuff like that, but yeah, there's definitely like a pretty wide array of there's a spectrum of Targets, and they're not all the same. Just like with Walmarts, right?
I'm gonna
Like
insert my Joseph Carlson quote here.
Yeah.
You don't find that with Costco.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Costco's are all great. There's no variance whatsoever, I'm sure. Actually, I will say this: after I move, I'm probably going to get both a Costco membership and a Sam's Club membership, and at least for 1 year to like until I pick a favorite, right? And I will be giving you boots on the ground due diligence on both of those locations. Yeah.
Oh, food tier list. Let's go.
Exactly.
You gotta record. You gotta record people in the aisle as well, like Jeremy.
Oh,
yeah, it's okay. I'll be stalking people in the frozen food aisle, see what brands they're buying. You know, picking up my investing ideas, literally at the grocery store in the aisles.
Yeah. Fiscal, I think we should do. When's the last time you did a full portfolio video, like reveal?
Oh gosh, it's been a while. Honestly, I find those videos kind of like a little bit boring to make, and I think they come off a little dry. They don't perform all that well. So I don't know. It's like I can do that and get like 100 to 200 views, or I could do an MPW video and get 1,500 or 2,000. Like, which one am I gonna do?
The 3 stocks to buy videos. You just gotta make them sometimes. Rent is due.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you seen the Twitter payouts? Those are ridiculous.
Yeah, it makes me want to sell out and
I
just
know.
post every company's earnings every quarter.
I totally would too, but like we've actually had people that have like commented and like messaged me like regarding like all the people that are they're selling out like dividend talks, and
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. I think we need to bring back bullying to Twitter, like in the sense that like they should probably reallocate. I think they should reallocate, like, this has got bias obviously, but I think they should reallocate like the money that's going towards posts and give more of it towards like long form content that gets like
Yeah.
maybe smaller views, but like, you know, there's a balance there.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I think I know what the formula is to like, quote unquote winning the Twitter game. It's just
Buy Twitter Premium.
it seems like it's a little soul sucking to do it because it's like I see like literally 10 people make the same post every time a company has earnings.
It's just
and
enough.
it's like
It's
they had $1.26 earnings per share and it was a beat. Oh, they had 6 billion in revenue and it was a miss. Okay. Thank you, 3 dozen people on Twitter. We appreciate you all letting us know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of viewers from the Cash Flow Kings account too, like saying that you know, don't sell out.
Yeah.
There's temptations here, fellas. LLC costs are expensive.
But on YouTube, do you really think that finance YouTube is sort of evolving? I think that it is.
In what sense?
So I think that there's definitely a portion of the say target audience that's looking for a replacement for your Gen 1 finance. YouTube wasn't really even a thing until like probably somewhere between 2018 and 2021. That's like generation 1.
Yeah.
And I think people have started to move on from that. Like when you look at how many views they get compared to their subscriber counts, it seems like a pretty low ratio of their subscribers are actually regularly watching. And I do think that there's like a gap forming and people are looking for something that's better, maybe, or different.
It's so saturated though. When you say like the finance creators between, let's say, 0 subscribers and I don't know, 25, 50K. We'll say around there. Have 50K. It's just so saturated. Like I've been paying a lot more attention recently, and it's like it's just annoying. Like at some point, it's just there's so much. I think the CPM is probably a lot to do with that because you already know there's probably like some viral videos like 8 million views, seven best side hustles. Start a finance YouTube channel. The CPM's really good.
Yep. Do a drop shipping company and a finance YouTube channel.
Of course, that's
about that entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I'm about that.
That's some Grant Cardone stuff right there.
I do think though, like that like much of what you guys pointed out though with the sub count to view ratio, that the better ones though have shown themselves to be better ones with either retention or growth. Just because like even the more professional buttoned up podcasts like Value After Hours or so on.
You're not calling us professional?
No. I would say
We've been
for you guys
accused of that recently. Eh?
I would say for you guys going forward, you guys probably will prove yourselves to be among that class of like, hey, we're going to retain and grow. What rate? I'm not sure. I don't know, but like I think it will show. I think it will.
Ty Lopez is the original grifter.
Oh yeah, here in my garage.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Care about wisdom, knowledge.
On the topic of grifter,
I'm proud of my bookshelf in my garage.
Yeah. Knowledge,
which by the way, like everything that those, the success porn, I like to call it. All those guys, the gurus that like, I'll sell you a course on how to sell courses. I'll coach you on how to be a coach. And then you'll have a Lamborghini just like me. They're all rented. It's all rented lifestyle that they do. They rent it for a couple days to shoot all their ads and stuff. And they don't really own a damn thing. They're all
I know
broke.
somebody like that.
Yeah.
I wonder who.
32. We're on the topic of grifters. Graham Stephan this week has been under fire because of the Yada Bank. And I'm happy I didn't sign up for that. I was actually
So waiting for
Considering.
this topic to come up. Yeah. Graham Stephan's a little pipsqueak little piece of shit, grifter motherfucker. And if you don't mind me saying, and any last ounce of shred of respect I might have had for like OG Graham that just reviewed credit card rewards programs and talked about
I
being
know.
frugal and drinking your coffee at home and living a sort of minimal lifestyle. Yeah, that's all gone because every time this happens, he deletes the video, turtles up like a little coward little piece of shit, pretends like it never happened, and then he makes a scripted apology video that his lawyer helped him write. And
Hi guys.
yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a fun short for our editor.
We're sorry. Our
They're
slave
gonna have to bleep me out a lot.
you fire. Yeah, it's nothing compared to episode 32 and some of the editing he had to do. He earned his keep. He's earned his ownership keep with that alone.
I'm wondering though, just double checking, what was the point of failure when it came to Yada, the whole Yada debacle?
Okay, so it wasn't. So the FDIC hasn't stepped in because a bank didn't fail.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's some kind of a middleman thing that transfers the funds somehow, and they aren't in agreement with some other part of it as to how much money is where. So that's probably not a good sign. And as such, they're like, I think they're like actually like going to court against each other or something like that. But basically, yeah, somehow the money is tied up and just cannot be moved. And that's why the customers can't access it. And whatever entity it is that does the moving doesn't agree on how much money actually exists or something along those lines. It's a lot of banking lingo that I'm not like super familiar with, but it sounds
paying people back, right? Or when people
so the money is just sitting in place. Yeah. And I think it has to do with like the way they operate, where they like do sweepstakes stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of because like some of it turns into these tokens or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And I think that muddies up the accounting a little bit, maybe in some ways. But yeah, it definitely doesn't, it comes off like when you, Strongman actually did a thing where he pulled up their website, what it looks like. It looks like a virtual slot website.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. So I think now it is legitimately, I think they do have a bank charter. So I think if it did come up that like money was missing and whatever, people should be covered up to their FDIC limit. But at this point in time, what it seems like is that the money exists still, but whoever it is that's responsible for like actually furnishing like the actual transfer from where it is now back to like the people whose accounts they are, that entity doesn't agree with how much money is actually held there. And so they're just not wanting to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got the name of the fintech. It was Synapse.
Synapse, yeah, that was the thing I was trying to think of.
Yeah, it's all good. I just I asked someone that like works in the fintech space, and I just wanted to bounce question and response out of you guys. That's all.
Yeah. It seems like a bit of a cluster, but I would say the people will probably get their money back eventually. But the people who have been hurt are anybody that has needed to access the money in the short term. Like if they were saving for a home down payment. I mean, I can relate to that one.
LLC costs.
If suddenly you couldn't access the bulk of your money or some percentage of your money for something like that, and you needed it like within a certain time frame, I would be very upset. But I also probably wouldn't store any amount of money in Yada. So
yeah.
Sometimes it pays to be discerning as a consumer.
The downfall of Graham Stephan, and I'm here for it. Yeah, Graham, it's unfortunate with all like the finance channels that like you look up to one day. I don't know. I don't know about you, Fiscal. Who did you look up to when you
Oh,
started?
he was the first finance channel I think I ever watched. This was before I was even interested in stocks to begin with.
Mm.
I was still mainly interested in real estate, and he was a very successful realtor, and he owned rental properties and stuff, and so that was interesting to me.
Mm.
So yeah, like he was one of the first for sure, and he was also one of the last that where I was like, okay, but from that first generation of Graham, Kevin, Jeremy,
you have a little respect.
Andre,
You have a little.
it was like, you know what, Graham of them is like, he's the least worst. He's not that bad, right?
He doesn't seem like he'd take you into an alleyway and do some things
But-
to you. He
but
doesn't give
then
you the creepy vibes like Kevin.
It's just like, but he's so miserly and so greedy and grubby,
He's
and
so
stuff.
cheap. It's funny though.
and it's like it's some kind of weird personality defect at this point, and that's what drives him to do this kind of thing, because it's like he just like wants to grab every penny, bring in as much money as he possibly can, while putting out like, I don't think the purpose of accumulating a lot of money is to hold on to every penny literally as tightly as you possibly can. I think probably you want to enjoy it a little bit, do things that make your life a little bit easier, especially if it's a comparatively small slice of your worth to do
Graham's
so.
the kind of guy to make his girlfriend pay for her meal at dinner. Like that's the
we're,
level.
we're splitting this, right, babe? Sorry, we're splitting this, right, babe?
Yeah, it's great. All the finance channels.
You got to have a little bit more of a pipsqueaky voice if you're being Graham.
There you go.
Impressions
Got it.
actually kind of on
Nailed
too.
Nailed it.
No, all the finance channels that like I looked up to at one point, there were probably like 3, and like I don't look at them the same anymore. As time goes on and you kind of grow your own personality, like you don't look at them the same.
Yeah,
3, and I'll say, oh, do I say the third one, everybody? I don't know if I can say the 2 confidently. I don't know if I want to say the third one. I think Fiscal knows who it is. It's not Dividend, dude, everybody. He's not been around long enough for me to look up to him. I look up to him in different ways. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude.
I do think I know who you're referencing.
I did a subtle clue there. Put it in the private chat, both of you two. I'll confirm or deny who you think it is. First one, Graham, obviously. Like just over time, I stopped watching him. I really didn't. All right, let's see. Bacon. Good.
Yeah, I'm a
You're right, Bacon. You're right. I had Graham and then Joseph Carlson at one point, maybe like 2 years ago or whatever. I was a big JC guy. Like I was like double D's. Like it was pretty big. And like the thing with Joseph is like when you agree, he's the kind of guy you want on your side if you're trying to make an argument, because he will find any way to make it look good. And performance helps that case too. Joseph especially looking at Yada now, Joseph's really not that bad, like compared to a lot of other these scumbags, especially after what we've had to deal with recently. Like he's really not that bad, but it's just a lot of recency bias. And then we did have our little a little scuffle or whatever. And I'll say, even though it's resolved now, he apologized to me. I don't watch his stuff. Like I don't look up to him religiously. I still disagree with him a lot more than before. And I think it's just interesting to pull up like a different perspective. It just gives you a different perspective on people that you look at. You know, Fiscal did once say on our special show that one time, you're going to be disappointed once you meet your heroes. No, it is not, Fiscal.
No, that wasn't your third one.
I'll put it in the chat. Because I've been talking about it on.
You did. I was just thinking about when you had like a share of Tattooed Chef.
Oh, I mean, like I did it for like a month or 2 with Jeremy.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
that one makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, especially recently too. Like we've talked about it on the Discord, link in the description. And we had a bigger grifter. Who was the bigger grifter? And it was this individual versus Joseph Carlson. And a lot of people voted this guy over Joseph, which is actually pretty shocking because I didn't think Joseph did FTX, but I mean, he seemed pretty honest about it. And We love Joey C here on the channel, right? Fiscal.
Yeah. And granted, I'm sure when they got approached to promote FTX, it wasn't like Sam Bankman-Fried himself went up to them and said, "Hey, by the way, I'm committing all kinds of fraud and paying you with that money." And the customers are all going to get screwed. I'm sure that conversation never happened and that they were surprised when the whole thing fell apart. To be fair.
Yeah. Random question though. Where would Benjamin fit in Gen YouTube, finance YouTube?
Benjamin? Who's
Yeah.
Benjamin?
Oh, you guys don't know Benjamin, the
Uh,
great finance meme channel?
I gotta look. I don't know. It's just Benjamin.
Yeah, it's just Benjamin.
Not ring. It's literally not ringing a bell for
All right,
me.
let me see if I can.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I don't watch this.
Yeah, it's basically finance memes.
I wouldn't
but-
know. I wouldn't know. I'm out of touch. What was the appeal of putting money in Yada? Mainly because it was like gambling. Like you'd get, if you save like $100 or whatever, you'd get like a chance to play.
Yeah, and so it was in lieu of interest. They would, instead of paying you cash interest, your interest would be in lottery tickets, basically.
Makes saving a little more fun, wouldn't you?
So
say?
you could, like, if you had $10,000 in there, instead of getting like $46 in interest or something, you'd get 46 lottery tickets, and you might win $5,000 and suddenly have 15,000 in there instead. But the probability of that was quite low. But it felt like you were basically getting lottery entries for free, and so people who have, I think maybe like an inclination towards gambling probably gravitated towards that concept. And now they're just an outright gambling site, it looks
You
like.
could have followed Jeremy's picks too. Beater asks, is Capital Mindset the best investor on YouTube? That's what Echo said.
Oh, as much as I really love and adore Fabio, and I do, I don't think there is a universal best. Like within the realm of finance, some things do need a relatively personal touch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
that might have-
that's just my
It's right, because
You know,
Joseph Carlson's the best. You
and
forgot
granted,
to spit it out.
the context of that conversation was like he was being compared to a couple
Yeah.
dozen other ones on like a list.
We were doing a
and-
ranking list that he got on
Yeah.
there.
And Echo said he was and I don't know if he meant like the best of like the couple hundred or so monetized.
I think he
people,
meant like finance, probably.
or if he meant just the ones on the list. But it sounded like he meant like just legit overall. Which, granted, like, yeah, that is going to be somewhat subjective as to who you think is the best. There's probably someone out there who you could make an argument for that's not Fabio, but
I think the thing with Fabio, I think his channel's criminally underrated. But
true.
I think his channel doesn't work for the sense of people who have short minds, these like short time attention spans. We know he likes to have a good conversation, right? He likes to have a good conversation. But like nobody wants to sit and listen. Even it could be Warren Buffett talking. Like nobody wants to sit and listen for 2-3 hours. So, I mean, and obviously Fabio, he doesn't do it for the money. Okay, he doesn't. He
doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to. He's a high yield warrior itself. He is an income. Yeah. He has lots of income generated from his yield max funds. He gets to spend his yield max on his girl, on his target.
I also don't think like I think he doesn't intend to have, like, I think he's well aware that he doesn't have like a mass market appeal at all, because if you're talking at a we'll say a college level and the average listener has a 6th grade level, you're only going to retain like a small percentage of the total possible target audience. And I think he's well aware of that and just prefers to still have higher level conversations, which I think, good for him. I'm glad there's somebody out there that's willing to forego clicks in order to have substantive conversations.
And I heard how many members that the Capital Mindset community has. I'm shocked at that like turnaround rate, because like the ratio from subscribers to YouTube to how many are on your, like, it's paid too. Like it's not free. Like that's actually like insane. Yeah, and me and Fiscal, I'm sure we'll be joining one day. You'll have to wait though, because we don't have any money right now. Smash the like button. We're a little poor right now. After episode 32, we've been put out the bank. We took into court, spit out, and chewed. So not good, not good.
Oof.
How to YOLO your life savings in this epic video?
Yeah, it's memes. It definitely is for the Benjamin content.
Fiscal, do you have any high tide earnings prediction?
As far as like, are they going to beat or miss and that kind of thing? No.
Boo.
I suspect though that probably good things overall, and we get to hear the wonderful Raj Grover answer analyst questions again. That's all.
Can answer our questions, but can answer the analyst questions. I see how it is.
Yeah.
He'll be coming back once we hit 1K.
Yeah,
We'll remember that.
I think somebody was alluding to that they were going to have some kind of announcement regarding mergers and acquisitions. So they might be making some kind of an acquisition. So that might be interesting. So, I mean, I heard about that on Twitter, so take it with a grain of salt, but it was somebody that follows the company closely. There's High Tide has a little bit of a Twitter cult. So
I know that we took max advantage of that.
I've been enjoying, the benefits of that whenever I make a post regarding my High Tide investment. So yeah.
Bacon, what are some of the individual stocks you're kind of long in right now, or at least trading?
Oh, well.
Are you part of the Starbucks cult? The triple cross?
Sadly, no. I missed out on that one. My apologies. All right, so top of mind, what stands out is Crocs, and full and fair disclosure, not my original idea, but my cost basis was pretty healthy on that one. Gonna see if I can give you something more complete.
Did you copy Dividend Dude for the Crocs play? Yeah, Dividend Dude's coming out of the woods now.
I think that one would have to be really incidental, because I think I got it from other people.
They say if you mention Crocs 3 times on your stream, Dividend Dude just shows up.
I know. Crocs.
I have some speculations. BTI is a notable one.
I'm in British American Tobacco as well.
Yeah. Here's the fun one that I'm under allocated and will not move the needle, but I could actually see this thing slowly but surely giving me a cool percentage. Build-A-Bear of all companies.
Whoa!
I got in super late, but even with them crapping the bet on earnings, it's still sitting at an all right.
I bet all the people that go into the Build-A-Bears and mess with the names or whatever and put really inappropriate things and have it say all the bad stuff. I bet that's bringing a lot of business.
I don't understand it, but the balance sheet seems healthy enough, and their growth plans are, it's a boring, weird company with by and large okay-ish margins. So anyways, how it goes from here, because if you got it at the Pandy Wendy lows, trying not to demonetize anything here.
Hey, there's nothing to
that would have been great. That would have been great. But yeah. Let's see here. I have a couple short positions that I'm bearish on.
Did they cut the dividend Build-A-Bear?
I think they might have in the past, almost certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's see here. Tiny position bag holding Warner, Academy Sports, speculative on Calumet. That one is a play on MLP going to C Corp. So we'll see if there are any flows. Balance sheet's ugly as sin, though. Speculative on a battery company, and I got my arm twisted into Salesforce. So we'll see how that one goes.
All the Salesforce people are pissing me off now because Joseph Carlson is oh
my gosh!
So they had what do we all the performance chasers, the JC cult, right?
Yeah.
It was honestly relatively funny to see.
Look at the 5-year chart.
How many people are panicking after the Salesforce dip? And I'm actually kind of interested. I was interested in the company. I didn't buy because I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to buy it. But
so tons. If you ever like look at job postings for
Yeah.
sales positions, a huge percentage of them will say that they prefer somebody with Salesforce experience.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I mean,
if you're in sales, regardless, like usually software sales, but it's just sales in general, there's a good chance that any future employers will want you to know how to use Salesforce. It's like a very popular CRM for sure.
yeah, CRM, stock ticker too.
Customer relationship management software.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, but I mean, it was honestly kind of funny to see like Joseph Carlson, especially like, how much he loves his performance, and it's just seeing it down. It was. I would have liked to see it a little prolonged. Obviously we hope for long-term gains, but maybe a prolonged dip just to test some of the guts, because we know how much Joseph Carlson invests for the long term.
You know what tests your conviction is when one of your stocks drops like 50%.
I know. Target, baby.
Yeah, I'm bag holding my battery company from a percentage perspective when it comes to in that ballpark.
It sucks. All my top gainers are like, it's like smallest positions in the portfolio too.
At least it's small, so you got that going for you.
I really, a position I really want to build up is TKO. I really want to jump the gun now because I was having valuation issues because they basically spun off like a year ago, and a bunch of analysts are saying I bought it at $79. Analysts have a low price at 105 where it's at right now, high at like 220 and 180s for medium, and they're doing everything right with the company. There's not really any competition in my opinion. I'm really getting excited about this whole.
Yeah, I will give you that. I think they are kind of in a league of their own.
Yes.
And I've been watching Fiscal. I recommend both of you watch this if you're interested. They did a Roku series. It's free. It's like all the behind the scenes stuff, and it's just giving me a whole different level of like appreciation, and it makes me want to buy more TKO.
Did their stock dip at all on like the Vince McMahon stuff?
It was on a bit of a decline, but kind of after.
No, that would have been a good time to pick it up, probably, huh?
I did buy then. I bought really early. I bought at 79. Now it's at 109. Oof.
Oh, very nice.
I know. It's Joseph Carlson gains right there.
I forgot. Did Vince already sell out all of his position? Because
Yeah,
that. Oh, okay. That changes the story then a whole lot.
I don't know if Vince is out. I don't know.
Fiscal. Whoa. Trying to get us canceled. I know. Vince was actually a funny part of, but I think the guy who's running now, which is Triple H, I think he's actually doing a really good job with WWE, and UFC is just insane what they're doing right now. So very bullish on TKO. I'm selling out of Next Year Energy. It's kind of eventually been kind of just trimming away, but it's had some gains recently, so we're selling out of that. Little flat, little gains, nothing wild. Learn our lesson and move on. Oh, and the Starbucks cult, the position is growing. It's like Stranger Things with the big monster. It keeps growing. Like every time somebody buys, I have to buy. So the Starbucks cult is growing and growing hard.
The Triple Cross, man. You gotta buy.
So who are the three stooges in the Triple Cross? Is it? I know Joseph is one of them. Joseph, Paul.
I can't fully disclose because that one like otherwise the people that I'm close with would have my hide. But
I see.
That you know who to ask though. You guys know who to ask though. So if they give it to you, like then no harm comes to me.
Joey C is one of them. We'll give that away. We know that.
Yeah.
Anybody can find that.
Oh yeah.
Joey C has been really quiet too about like. I thought he would say something about Target. We made a betting thing on our Discord when Target went down 8 or 9% a couple weeks ago. Whether Joseph Carlson would make a tweet about it and compare it to Costco, and he never did, which is absolutely insane. I didn't think he would. Part of me thinks he was about to make it, and then he thought of me right before he was about to post it, and he didn't do it. A little part of me.
Rabbit ears. People are aware.
But Fiscal, we're down now to 22 positions in the portfolio, including my 2 ETFs. It's the year of consolidation, as one could say.
Yeah. I'm you could say I'm kind of consolidating too. I've eliminated multiple positions. I actually eliminated one this week, but you'll have to wait till our weekly recap posted tomorrow to find out which one it is.
I was consolidating, but then some opportunities have come across, and I've expanded again. So.
And that's part of the reason I'm doing it, is like in case some really great opportunity does come along. There's just some positions I just don't feel like following anymore, and they're like, I know there may be like a little bit more upside left there, but if it's like, okay, there might be 5 or 10% more upside left in it, but what if I can put it in something that's got 100% upside instead? I'd rather steer more towards those opportunities. I mean, I think High Tide's an example of one that could have 100% plus upside from where it is now. Grab is another one. Our friend Fabio also loves Grab to the tune of like 12,000 shares or something these days. And of course, like I'm the MPW cult leader, and I've been falling behind. There's people I know who have literally like 300 grand in it, and I'm sitting here, like, I think I'm one of the like lower share count people in my Discord on that one right now, even though I'm the supposed cult leader. So I really need to step my game up on that.
I had the highest Starbucks dividend in our Discord too, so
Hey.
the cult leader needs to be the top. Like another company I'm looking at, Disney more. I'm massively down on it, but I know Fabio is looking at it.
If it falls below 100, I'll probably get in, to be honest.
Okay, we might have to do a double play on that.
Yeah.
It's getting interesting because they're actually producing a lot of free cash flow now.
Yeah, and hey, I've done boots on the ground due diligence.
What'd you do?
Well, in the 90s, I went to Disney World multiple times as a kid, and
last time the stock's been up.
And I mean, I think we've talked about this on one of the recent episodes. I watched X-Men 97.
Oh yeah, that's the new stuff, right?
Yeah. They're. I think they have a great opportunity with animated content because they can produce that quite a bit more cheaply than something like The Mandalorian, right? And if they do it well and trigger the nostalgia of people like me that grew up in the 90s with these, X-Men and Spider-Man and that kind of stuff, and they do those memories justice, people in my generation are going to continue subscribing to Disney Plus for that. So I think it's a smart move, and it also, again, drives costs down because they can make that kind of content much more cheaply than they can make the kind of like the high-flying superhero live action show content.
Reportedly, Moana 2 is supposed to be probably the biggest blockbuster thing for them they've had. So that's another positive thing. The Rock has to save my TKO holding. It has to save my Disney holding.
Also parks. Parks are breaking. Parks are smashing it out of the park, and cruises. I heard some discussion on, actually, I think it was Fabio's show about cruise lines, and Disney has a cruise line. If cruise lines overall are kind of making a comeback, so they may benefit there as well.
Have you seen the ghetto cruise lines?
I have not.
You guys are okay.
But, I'm not aware of this.
You guys aren't on Instagram Reels enough. Oh yes, wait, Dan sees it too. Okay, Dividend dude, you're gonna have to confront him next week on the show. Our hero, this is great. The Dividend dude redemption arc is here. He's gonna come on next week. He's gonna give us a bunch of views by calling out Paul. I'm sure he's gonna call him a bunch of mean words and stuff. Arya's gonna be there. Stuff. Oh, I exposed next week's show. Big month of June for the Cash Flow Kings. It's Pride Month. Strongman changed his profile picture.
Ryu.
That's great. Yeah. I have gotten in Jeremy's DMs on Instagram and Twitter, I think. What you got to do. Yeah, what you got to reply to his story that says like join the thing, and then he'll get like the automated response. Then I responded, why would I want to learn to pick shitty socks? And then I got left unseen, so I'm gonna do a Paul portfolio review.
Yes. Speaking of Paul, though, has anybody else been getting the Everything Money paid ads on YouTube like
Oh.
constantly?
I haven't. I've just been getting the emails because, like, full and fair disclosure, I used to be an Everything Money member, which is
Oh.
shameful. But
I'll
yeah,
reimburse you.
no, you don't need to. You don't need to. Getting out was the reward enough.
Did you leave with any pillars? The 7 pillars.
No,
no.
There's 8. Come on.
Oh my bad. They added another one.
12, 14, 16, guys.
You can make as many pillars as you want in their software now, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
$7 for 7 days. Try it now.
All the softwares are pissing me off too. All the software ads.
Yeah, it's true. Everybody's got it's like if you're a finance YouTuber, you need to sell a spreadsheet or a software or this or that, and it's tiresome. It's tiresome.
With us here on the Cash Flow Kings, we only sell you impressions. So,
and of course the merch. We'll be selling you the merch.
Oh, it's so good. I can't.
But at least you get a physical item when you buy the merch.
Yeah, I will. I ordered my merch this week. I will definitely have it in 2 weeks. I might have it next week. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not ordering anything that's not gonna be here like guaranteed next day because I don't know exactly when I'm moving yet.
I see.
Yeah,
and we don't have any money as well. Cash flow.
I can always drum up a little bit more money. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the $2 Temu sunglasses. If I get kidnapped, that's why. Everybody, get the cops on this stream. But yeah, what other positions in my portfolio are kind of? I have a question mark on. Oh, Kroger. I don't know what I want to do with my Kroger. It's a bit unfortunate. Dividend growth is really strong. It's just kind of one of those meh holdings, though. And when you're like me, fiscal, I'm sorry to say it, but I did buy Costco at $5.35 when everybody says it was overvalued. Now I'm at like $8.30 and it's still overvalued.
I mean, hey,
it is ridiculous how expensive it's gotten, though.
Yeah, but if you think about it from like a growth perspective, Costco I think has something like slightly less than 900 stores total, and when you compare that to Walmart that has many thousands, it's like, okay, you could see how Costco could potentially over a period of years maybe grow into their valuation, possibly, I guess. But I mean,
premium though, like,
yeah, right. It's like at a certain point though, the price becomes too ridiculous, and I just don't know what that specific might be necessarily. I'm not really an expert on grocery, so
I got the triple cross in the grocery chains. I got Costco, Kroger, and Target.
Yeah, I might, if I had that much in one specific area, I might say, what's my favorite one, and maybe consider getting rid of the other two. Maybe.
But buy Costco at $8.50.
No, I'm just
saying, like
maybe Costco is the one that's got to go at $8.50.
Oh. Quality speaking, are we talking quality, or we're putting price into this, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think valuation should be a consideration.
I'd be happy with Costco and Kroger's so boring, but it's like it's good too. Like
I guess it depends on like the holistic portfolio and like what every position does. So like if you need some quality in the retail space, then maybe it fits, maybe it belongs.
Something that's ridiculous too is my SHG position that I bought like 2 months ago. It's already as up as much as my SHD, which I've held for like 2.5, 3 years. So it's power of NVIDIA, everybody. That's why.
maybe forget everything else. Just go all in NVIDIA.
But when NVIDIA, I'll short it. No. But when NVIDIA goes down, dude, those dips are going to be crazy for everything else. That's just going to have like the domino effect.
That would single-handedly hamstring the S&P 500 right there.
That's when you got to really buy.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we'll hit the 5-minute warning here soon. So if you have any last questions for our fine-looking guest down here,
I got a question for everyone. What's the last stock that you guys researched and ended up being like kind of a waste of time or a nothing burger?
Oh,
gonna have to go into the tank on this one because it's hard to keep in.
Didn't buy it or just a waste of time?
At least just didn't buy it. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Because it's hard to convince me to even look at a stock to begin with. So, and the last one I looked at, it all was high tide.
GameStop. All of Fiscal's holdings.
Ha, 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 ha.
Very sad.
Wait till next week, boy.
I got an answer, but I don't know if everyone wants to hear that one necessarily. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm trying to think. So that stock that I really went deep into is probably a high tide, but I mean,
Ended up buying some.
no, I didn't.
Oh, didn't? Oh,
I
interesting.
mean, technically, I guess maybe like really, I was really close to maybe Lowe's like a year and a half ago, a while ago.
Yeah, for me it was Marcus Corp.
Marcus Corp, never heard of that one.
Yeah,
Hershey too. Hershey's another one that I never ended up on.
Hershey.
I was close.
I don't know, like on the chronological side of this. There's probably been something more recent, but I was looking really closely at Best Buy for a minute.
I remember
didn't end up
that.
buying it. Yeah,
That was a saga.
and it might still be decent. I don't know. I couldn't quite get there on Best Buy.
No, very fair, very fair. Because where are they on their like not remodel, but like I guess like they were
Sort of like maybe like restructuring how they do business in a sense. Yeah. So I actually not too long ago ended up doing a little boots on the ground with them that almost makes me want to look at them again. I told this story on Discord, link in the description. So I was looking for a motion activated security camera to use while I travel.
After episode 32, we wanted to get it.
no. This is longer ago than that. But I was like, hey, like it would make me feel better, like if I'm traveling and stuff, if I have like a way to, see what's going on, just to make sure that nobody enters my living space when I'm not there, right? And I was looking at a specific product, and it's available, of course, on Amazon. Everything is, but Best Buy, for a very similar price, got it to me much, much faster somehow. And it's like, Best Buy getting me a product faster than Amazon Prime, that's pretty impressive. And it just made me, and it wasn't, the prices were not identical, but they weren't substantially different when you factored in shipping cost or lack of shipping cost and everything like that. So I sat here and I thought to myself, geez, if Best Buy can outperform Amazon in certain product categories, maybe that's good enough for them to stick around in specifically like the consumer electronics niche. It seems like they've been shutting down stores, like duplicate stores in the same metro area, keeping it to one, maybe two in like a big city. I'm in the Phoenix area, and it's the
be careful giving that information away.
Fifth biggest city in the US. And I think we're down to just like a couple Best Buy locations. And what they're doing is basically not really relying on like you can go in there physically and buy stuff or pick stuff up, whatever, if you want to order it online and pick it up or whatever. But they're duplicating them as sort of shipping hubs, and they have some kind of third-party courier pick the stuff up and drop it at your place if you're in the area. So if you're in a city within, say, 15 or 20 miles of a Best Buy, they can have stuff to you very fast and for relatively cheap. So it seems like it's working out from that perspective. At least my one experience ordering from them, it worked out really well.
Maybe they can have a GameStop squeeze.
I'll say this: it was better than the Nike direct consumer purchase.
Talk about another stock that I am a big question mark on. Oh.
Yeah, it's like with the way
Kind
the
of a
Nike one
comeback
went,
play.
I almost would have rather gone to Foot Locker. So
Cheer me.
it's not that there was anything wrong with the product when it got to me. It's just it took a while, and yeah, like my previous pair of shoes were just destroyed. I couldn't use them anymore. And so when I went direct to consumer on Nike, I was kind of hoping to have them quickly. And I think I paid for the faster shipping and it still took them a while to get to me. So I was just kind of with that. So yeah.
Being Keith Gill would be a great Halloween costume, by the way, Fiscal, for our Halloween show.
Hey,
I'm not scrawny enough to be Keith Gill.
Yeah. You gotta grow your hair out like for the entire year too. You could come back, get a bunch of band-aids on your face, or you can get the red bandana.
Yeah, but how do I look that frail and scrawny though?
I just want to say it's hilarious how he came back though. Like he has all the money in the world now and he just doesn't care. He comes back.
I unfortunately wasted a few minutes watching his live stream where he said nothing helpful or he was literally just rambling on about absolutely nothing the whole time.
Hey guys, we haven't done this in a while. Oh, where am I? Oh. Yeah, what a
Apparently
time.
he thinks they have a plan.
apparently.
If he's holding on, I'll respect him. He should have took his bag, but
No, maybe he wants to be a GameStop billionaire.
he'll go into MPW maybe. Oh my god, imagine he buys MPW.
Publicly talking about it.
Fiscal's retiring. We're getting a mansion. We're getting a content mansion in Las Vegas.
We'll get a yacht and a Lambo, all that good stuff. Yeah.
All right. That's a good place to wrap up the show. All right. Bacon. Plug anything right now?
Oh, plug anything? 2 accountants, 1 gap.
I put in the description.
Yep. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for having me, allowing me to plug my stuff, and keep doing what you guys are doing. Love it.
You know what it is on this channel. We love plugging stuff. Fiscal work in the. Actually, no, they can find you in the link in the description. That's where they can find you. Discord in the
Always.
description. Next week we have Dividend Dude and Aria coming on the show. We'll have Dividend Dude confront Paul for us, and that's going to be a time. So you'll want to be there Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then in 2 weeks, another good guest. So you want to be there. All right. Thank you all for watching. Smash the like button and subscribe. Do Dividend Stocks at Chugs. And of course, remember, the cash flow is king.